Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm here with Chris Keller, Kurt Keller, and Ricardo of Black Note Graffiti. They've just released a double EP titled Volume 3 Rise and Fall, and I will speak for myself here, but I am seriously loving every single moment of it. Thank you guys so much for coming out today and for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having
Nice.
us.
Yeah, so what part of the world are you guys in at the moment?
We are from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Nice. What's going on over there at the moment?
Actually, we just got out of the car for a seven hour ride because we're playing a music festival called Miles of Music in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Very cool.
Yep, we timed it. We just got to the hotel. We were looking forward to talking to you.
Nice, man. Well, I won't take up too much of your time then. Looks like you got plenty on your plate today. Nice. All right, well, let's talk about these EPs then. First thing I want to talk about was after listening to both of them consecutively, they really give off this euphoric feeling. Like there's a really great positive feeling that, that we all got just from listening to it from start to finish. What I really want to know though is there an overarching message that comes through within the lyricism spanning both these records?
All right.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, it was written during a time, during the pandemic, obviously, and it was a dark time. And so, there's one or two ways to go about it. You can either sink deeper into the darkness, or you can try and find some light, at the end of the tunnel. And so, like, music was a great way for us to kind of channel those energies towards something positive in a time that, it's quite negative.
Totally. And you would say that from, I guess, on both sides of it, it's sort of like looking towards a better time?
Definitely. I mean, it was both accepting what was going on at the time, but
Sure.
taking that inward and projecting something else out.
Well, hence the title. The first EP is called Fall, and the second EP is called Rise. So,
Got it.
yep.
Okay. All right. So my bad for getting those out of order, but it totally puts it into perspective in that way then.
No problem.
All good. All right,
Cool.
let's talk about the production on this thing because it is crisp and clean and everyone sounds perfect. Did you guys have outside help putting this together? What was kind of the process on the behind the scenes?
we we wrote all the songs except for one song outside of the studio. There is one cover on there too, White Rabbit. But we wrote everything in our studio, and then we teamed up with Chuck Alkazian, who is a producer and owns Pearl Sound Studios in Canton, Michigan. And he's worked with a lot of known artists. He's a Grammy winning producer. And so he was a huge help for us to make the sound come together. And we were really happy and excited to work on it in the finished product.
Totally.
Yeah,
How,
great
how
ideas to contribute as well.
say that one more time?
Well, yeah, he had some great ideas to contribute, to help kind of
Totally.
further that sound that we were going
He
for.
pushed us. He really pushed us.
That's good. Every band deserves to be pushed. No matter what you've made in the past, you always gotta, kind of revolutionize your sound and go forward with it.
Truly.
Yeah. So, what was the process like beforehand? How long did this take you to, from start to finish to complete?
The two EPs, it probably took a couple of years, didn't it?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
I mean, just having songs in the back burner that we self-recorded the last album, so we had additional material, and as we were working through it, we knew it all couldn't work, but as we were developing our sounds, it's like Gabby came on, more full time as a singer. It helped change the dynamics of where we were going to take this band.
Gotcha. And you guys had also mentioned a vinyl release surrounding this record. And as an avid collector, I kind of want to know all the details of that. I know it's been super difficult to get anything pressed nowadays. So, what's the process been like, and what can you say about it?
Well, I love vinyl too.
Yeah,
And the cool thing with this is we had two EPs, so we could put each EP on each side, Fall and Rise.
sure.
And the two covers went on the one cover on one side and the other cover on the other side. And another cool feature about this is we printed it on clear vinyl,
Awesome.
which is really cool. So yeah, anyways, we got to get your address. We'll send you a copy.
Oh, please, I'd love it. Spin it
But
loud and proud.
we got them printed in Toronto,
Okay.
and we got turned on by the person who mastered it is Masterdisc in New York, and he is world renowned at mastering. He did like Nevermind with Nirvana and a bunch of big records, but he mastered this for our vinyl. And they recommended this place in Toronto. And the turnaround time was actually really quick. So we got lucky. So we have that product with us for these festivals, and it's
Awesome.
cool.
Well, I hope you sell out immediately. Once people, once that's the hardest part is the people that don't know you are like, should I buy it? Should I don't? So you really got to wow them during the live set.
That's right.
You come running to the merch stand.
That's why we have Ricardo.
Exactly. There you go.
He's the man.
Everything's on your shoulders, Ricardo. Without you, we saw nothing. That's awesome.
No pressure.
Yeah. So obviously I don't want to look too far into the future here because I know the focus is really on these EPs. But have you been working on anything in the meantime, and is there plans for a follow-up?
Yeah, we actually got a few songs that we're debuting this weekend. That's
nice.
The start of the next EP or whatever direction we're going with it. So we're real excited, especially now we're solidifying the sound of what it means to be Black Note Graffiti. So we're really writing songs that are in our wheelhouse.
Totally.
And it's good.
Are you going to be looking to expand or experiment and kind of try new things, or do you think that you found your sound and going to stick with it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't, keep doing the same thing unless you're AC/DC or, Slayer.
Very true.
We got to constantly reinvent ourselves and keep pushing ourselves to be the best we possibly can be.
Nice. So how did you guys all meet and get the band together?
Well, we met in Ann Arbor. Me and Kurt and Adam's not here, the bass player. We played together for years. And I had that. This is just funny. Some guy, we were playing a gig a while back, and he said, "You guys are brothers?" It was a contest or something. Like, that's cheating. Anyway, so me and Kurt and Adam have been playing together since we were really young. And then we met Ricardo. I met Ricardo through a friend of mine who said, "Man, we're looking for another guitar player and singer." And he said, "Oh, yeah, my best friend, man. He's really good. He's really cool, too." So we met Ricardo, so we started jamming. That was cool. And then just in the last couple of years, we brought on Gabby, which she plays keys and sings too. So Ricardo and Gabby do harmonies. It's really cool with kind of a heavy rock back to that. So it's a very interesting, unique setup in that way.
Totally.
So that's why we're finally getting that all put together. We kind of came together on the last record, but now we really know what we're all doing, what we're all working with.
Have you guys found that like a mutual love for specific types of music has made you better as a band, or at least in the creation process? Like, oh, we listen to this music, I like this band, let's make something like that, or we can just gel better.
That's funny. You asked that. I'd say, yeah. What do you think?
I think we have similar tastes, like overall, but in our own unique way too. So there's a lot of crossover of different styles. So I think it jives.
Yeah, the groove. I think we all have a common, like groove-oriented rock that just kind of you can feel, reimagined in our music.
If it's not right, we're pretty quick to say, yeah, that's not right. Everyone. So that's a good sign that we're all the same direction.
I mean, that feels like the hardest part of a band is one person taking control and deeming themselves the leader, and then that's when things go south when you're not on the same page.
Exactly. You're right. It ruins it, and that's the whole thing. You have these very specific talents doing these different instruments in that band. You'll never be able to create that if you replace one of those members the same.
Totally.
So pretty special.
Were you guys listening to anything in particular when you were trying to make these EPs? I know a lot of people try not to listen to music in order to not kind of like have those artists rub off on what they're making. So how did that work in creation?
What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, personally, I was really actually listening to a lot of Baroness. I think it was like around, that time last year they released the Gray and Gold album. It's very melodic sort of heavy metal, and so a lot of the harmonies that were in that inspired me, and Gabby as well, to create sort of not just musical melodicness, but also like a vocal melodicness, and kind of weave those together to try and create this larger sort of symphonic sound.
I haven't listened to them, but I'm definitely going to check out that record right after this.
Yeah, check them out.
Thanks for the rec.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you guys individually. You've made this, it's a big decision to be a musician or be in a band as a whole. Is there something specific about the entire process from writing or recording or playing live that you enjoy the most?
I would say for me, would be recording, just for the fact that you put all the energy and time, and in the end, you actually have something. You have an actual something that you listen to, and something that is, a recording is just a space and time that is forever there, and something that could be listened to 1,000 years from now. And I'm not saying ours would be. I'm just saying in general, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it brings
so
you
I love
back.
that. Yeah, I love that aspect of it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think the kind of spinning off that, you record it, you have it, and then taking that to the live venues, which we're doing this weekend, I think that kind of pulls everything together. Getting to play those, like that version that you kind of tweaked in the studio, now we get to go play it live. So
that's true. Cool.
Totally.
Yeah, for me, is hearing it all come to fruition, from just like ideas, you write in the bedroom and just kind of play over and over, trying to like piece it together, and then hearing it live and hearing it all come together and everyone contributing their pieces. And, it's never, ever ending the way that it began. It just always evolves into this like crazy, awesome thing. And then when you hear it just come together, especially for the first time, it's just like, that's the magic moment.
It is.
When people are feeding back live, that just makes it all more worthwhile. You're something wavelength.
Totally.
Yeah, and that's the feeling that you can't replicate unless you're in that scenario. So just got to keep playing live shows, I suppose. And I don't think that this was said while we were actually recording, but for everyone else out there, you guys are currently on tour, fresh off of a long road trip, about to play a festival in Wisconsin, was it?
Yep, Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Very cool. Wow. All right. So what's the plan? When's the next show? Are you guys in the midst of a tour, or are you gearing up for something?
Another festival next weekend in Oscoda, Michigan. It's called Oscoda Rock Fest. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's on Lake Huron. It's beautiful, $1 million stage, all rock bands. Should be great.
That's
Michigan
awesome.
summers are beautiful, so it's going to be killer.
I can't tell you how nice it is to talk to people who are actually on tour at this point. So much of the last 6 months has been like, yeah, we might get a show together. We'll see what happens. So like the fact that you guys are taking the time out of your day and then you're about to play a show makes my job a lot easier. So I really thank you. I really thank you for that. And I hope you guys have a great show as well, obviously.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Chris's hard work. He always just keeps pushing and pushing to get us in those festivals, submits us to hundreds of, different things, and, just trying to knock on as many doors as possible to get our foot in the door.
There you go. I mean, that's what it is. It's all about, get your name out there, create the fan base, keep that fan base, sell out of the vinyl, make that money. There you go.
Beautiful.
There you go. I've only got a couple more for you guys. I don't want to take up too much of your time. What couple things I want to know are, since we are a music blog and we're always trying to put people onto new music, you had already recommended an album, but I want to know, what are you listening to and what can you recommend, either mainstream or other local bands? Yeah.
Well, I've been digging into Toots and the Maytals just because I
so
love reggae, and he just passed away last year. I mean, he invented reggae,
right?
And he was just a killer person, and so digging in with him, and he did so many covers of modern bands too that people don't know about. So I'm really into that right now. He was just a great person and created a genre that. It's just, to me, it's a good thing. And so that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I kind of been recently just, doing a throwback to the 90s when I grew up, and I've been playing a lot of Dinosaur Jr. and
nice.
Actually, we were just listening to some Butthole Surfers on the way here. So
yeah, I think they just put out like a Tiny Desk concert at an at-home Tiny
Desk. Oh,
sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah,
cool.
like a few days ago. Definitely worth checking out.
For me, I really like it's like Afro Jazz, Menahan Street Band. They just released a new record. They're really, really awesome. And then I also really like punk music. So Mannequin Pussy is another one that came out recently. Really awesome. And Pile is another band I've been really getting into lately.
Very cool.
Great. Both albums really cool.
Damn, you guys have great taste. Gotta say, and I'm not just saying that either. All right, my last question for you here, and it's how I like to wrap things up with everyone. So basically, for the person that's going to discover you from this, and for the person that's going to sort of dive into your music for the first time, what is an opening message that you would like to pass off to them as they enter your world that you've created?
It's just keep in mind that what we're just trying to do is relate through music, and for some people it's the music, some people it's the lyrics. Hopefully it's both, but we're trying to reach you on this on a certain level. And if you're at that level, then that's awesome. That's what it's all about. It's just seeing you as you are and you seeing us as we are. I like that.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to say thank you one more time, and I'm also going to let everyone else out there know Volume 3 Fall and Volume 3 Rise are here. Listen to them, stream them. Let's hope there's a little vinyl left over after this weekend. Snatch that up and buy it. We'll have all the necessary links when this goes out. But I wanted to thank you guys so much again for taking the time. I hope you have a killer show tonight.
Thank you, Austin.
Thanks,
I really
Austin.
appreciate you
Yeah.
taking your time too.
Yeah.
And definitely send me your address if you want a copy. I'll pop that in for you next week.
I'd love one. I'll send it over.
Awesome.
Have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks
too.
for having us.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye bye.